Hi, welcome to Design Time. I'm Sandy Schroeck, one of the instructors at the Florology Institute. So today we're going to take a look at some new styles that we see coming up for the upcoming seasons. And we're really seeing the vases become lower profile vases, and we're really expanding out those design styles. So we're going to just start with this design, and coming across on the design, I actually start with the design from the inside out. And within the vase, you can see I'm forming X's, and that is going to, by doing the outside first, that is going to form a grid, and by the time I'm sticking the flowers in through the middle, it's going to be a solid grid environment in there so that I can easily control my flower placement. So just coming out a little bit more to the side. So a lot of the designs, upcoming designs, are really foliage heavy, and so foliage is going to be a key element in designs going forward here. And this is the purple vase, or the ultraviolet vase. So color of the year this year is ultraviolet. And so I chose this vase from NAPCO to be able to feature some of our different products. And so I'm using basic flowers and a few novelty things, but I know in your daily shops that many times we're predominantly selling basic flowers, but you'll see the varieties that I've chosen are some of the unique variations on varieties. I like this Orinoco Daisy that has that variegation. This is a Nobi carnation, a Nobi violet carnation, and we're going to bring that in. So this turned around here. So even though there's some of the basic flowers, some of the new varieties, taking a look at those really can create interest in your design for a value design piece. So you can see how I'm kind of doing the outside and then going to be coming back into the inside. We're going to get some flowers out into our perimeter. I pull the vase toward the edge, and then that way I can come in and figure out where my insertion needs to be. As you're going crosswise on some of these, it's a much longer insertion than you think it's going to be. So of course we want to add in a few things that are kind of more unusual. So here I've chosen the leucadendron, which is a protea, and so that's where we're crossing the lines between just having garden flowers in, bringing in some of those tropical or unusual flowers just to add great interest and draw people into the design, seeing something that they maybe haven't seen before. And then I also really like to use cremons. Cremons and disc buds. These are purple footballs. And on here, what we're going to do is really kind of bring that lower down into the middle so it draws your eye in. So really kind of our outsides are a little bit more prevalent, and then we come down into a little bit more of a focal and down into the middle of that design. So a little bit different style. Need to get used to it on that. And then I'm going to bring in, they mostly stayed in the ultraviolet family here, and now we're going to bring in a contrasting color. So this is Geraldine, one of the great roses that have a high petal count, and we're going to bring in those in groupings. So rather than do dotty, one here, I'm going to bring them in groupings, as I did my other products as well. I'm putting a couple of them together in each location to really bring more strength one to the other. So you can see how those fill in great. Another unusual textural item would be the eryngium, and that's more of a thistle and where you see we had a lot of really soft, fluffy texture, bringing in some of that eryngium just adds that whole textural element into your design, which texture is really the top trend in floral design right now. So, but just a couple more things. I think I got carried away with my floral choices, but we just want to pop in a little bit more coral and see, so you can see kind of the difference that adding that contrasting color really sparks up the arrangement to add a little bit more life. So, but this is really what we see a lot going on, where we see designs opening up from that compact round design into some other areas, and then lastly we're just going to add a little bit more foliage. And so rather than add this in right at the beginning and I'm going to put flowers at the top, we really want the foliage to be prevalent, and so we're just going to add that finishing touch, bringing that foliage, that silver dollar adds that whole gray finish, gray tones, and then a little bit of the seeded eucalyptus. That's going to add another little bit of a textural element right into my design. And so that's our design for today. And so it's a collection called Fresh Picked, and so you can see it's a variety of some tropical flowers, some of the textural elements mixed in with some of the new varieties that we see in our everyday flowers. So thank you for joining me on Design Time, and be sure to subscribe below and see us in future videos.